This is Dr. Evans, and we're in Dr. Evans' office. Like most doctors, he does his work partly in his office, and sometimes at a hospital, and sometimes his work takes him into people's homes. Now we're at Washington School. We won't find Dr. Evans here, but we will begin to find out what he does, what your doctor does. Now we're in the hall outside the health room. Let's go in with this boy. This is Jimmy, a new boy in school. This is Miss Burns, the health nurse. Since Jimmy is new in this school, she has a letter for him to take home. That's an important-looking letter, Jimmy thinks. When he gets home, his mother can tell him about it. Now it's after school. Jimmy is hurrying home to give the letter to his mother. Jimmy can't wait to find out what the letter says. Have you ever brought a letter like this home from school? What do you think this one is about? It's a letter about the health program at Washington School. What's the idea of this health program? Well, it's to make sure the boys and girls have enough play and exercise and learn how to keep well and strong and have first aid when they are hurt or sick. You can see that the health program is a very important part of school. And here's something more from Miss Burns, a card. Well, Father will want to see all this. Jimmy can go out to play now, and tonight after supper, they'll all talk about this some more with Father. Now it's after supper. Jimmy wants to find out more, and so does his sister. Now we'll learn about the card Miss Burns wants them to fill out. What should go on the card? Let's see. There's Jimmy's name, Jimmy Maxon, and a place for his parents' name, address, and phone, and his doctor's name, address, and phone. Jimmy wonders, who is the doctor they'll go to? Jimmy's family is new in town, but his mother and father have already chosen a new doctor, and his name is Albert V. Evans, M.D., Dr. Evans. Mother has already made a date for Jimmy to see Dr. Evans, because Jimmy should have a health exam. That is a part of the school's health program, too. What is this health exam? What will the doctor do, Jimmy's sister wants to know. Jimmy has had health exams before from his doctor where he used to live. Dr. Evans will do the same things. He will examine inside Jimmy as well as outside. He'll listen at Jimmy's chest. He'll look inside his mouth and throat, inside his ears, to find out if Jimmy is well and strong. Next day, here's Jimmy at the health room again. He has the card all filled out now. But Miss Burns is busy with Howard, one of Jimmy's new friends. He fell on the stairs and hurt his shoulder and his chin. So Miss Burns will phone Howard's mother and let her know. Look at that. Miss Burns has the phone number written down on Howard's card. That makes it easy to call, doesn't it? What about Jimmy's mother's phone number? Yes, it's written on his card. But Howard's mother doesn't answer the phone. She isn't home. So Miss Burns will phone Howard's doctor. It's a good thing she has the doctor's number, too, isn't it? And when Miss Burns tells the doctor about Howard, he says to bring Howard to his office soon. Well, having a doctor and knowing his name and address can be very important, can't it? And Jimmy says Dr. Evans' address and phone number over and over to himself to know them well. Now it's the day Jimmy is supposed to go see his doctor. Jimmy and his mother find the doctor's office very easily. Jimmy's father made a little map showing how to get there. And Jimmy had lots of fun trying to follow the map. Now we're in the waiting room. Mother tells the nurse who they are. And look here, Jimmy's time to see Dr. Evans, 3:30. And it's almost 3:30 now. Jimmy and his mother will wait until the doctor can see them. Jimmy is glad to have a chance to look around him. My, the doctors help many people, don't they? What does Jimmy see? It's Howard. He's been to see another doctor in this office. Jimmy wants to know if Howard is all right. Howard says he's fine, just fine. Your doctor can surely help when you're not well. And here's someone else. It's Anne, another of Jimmy's new friends. She has been to see Dr. Evans. Jimmy wonders why. But before he has a chance to ask, it's time for him to meet Dr. Evans. The first thing Jimmy wants to know is this. Is Anne sick? Anne is just fine. We take good care of her, the doctor says. Isn't it good to have a doctor who can help you? Jimmy thinks Dr. Evans is going to be pretty nice. The doctor begins by asking Jimmy and his mother a lot of questions. All about times when Jimmy has been sick and about what shots he has had. All sorts of questions. You see, keeping Jimmy strong and well is an important job. And Dr. Evans will need to know a lot about Jimmy. So what has happened to Jimmy before is part of what he needs to know. And another part comes from looking Jimmy over very carefully. The doctor looks into Jimmy's ears and eyes and throat, just the way Mother told about it. And a little later, sometimes having a health exam can be lots of fun. Dr. Evans listens to Jimmy's heart. He hears it going. And when Dr. Evans has found out many things about Jimmy's health, he talks about what Jimmy should do to keep well. He suggests some ideas for eating and rest and exercise. He'll send a report on Jimmy's health to the school if Mother agrees. And he thinks Jimmy should have some booster shots. Do you know what that means? Well, let's see. We'll need the nurse's help. Dr. Evans says that shots are very important to help keep Jimmy well and strong. These shots will help to keep him from catching certain diseases, diphtheria, whooping cough, and so on. Dr. Evans gets some medicine ready, while the nurse cleans and sterilizes a small spot on Jimmy's arm. And Dr. Evans puts the medicine under Jimmy's skin. Jimmy has had quite a few shots, starting when he was a baby. And now he's glad to have his booster shot. In fact, he'll do just what Dr. Evans says he should. Because Jimmy thinks his doctor is his friend, and he begins to remember things the doctors do. They work with nurses and parents and teachers to help keep children well. And they help people when they are sick or hurt. They tell people how to keep well. And they examine people to find out how well and strong they are. Now we know how helpful Dr. Evans can be to Jimmy. Do you know how helpful your friend, the doctor, can be to you?